Oh, this looks decent. What is
Time
this?
magazine voted the meat dress as the top fashion statement of 2010. It was so iconic that it was preserved and encased in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum. To this day, people all around the world remember the meat dress. However, suggesting the dress was only a fashion stunt minimizes its true meaning. Lady Gaga is known for her bold and elaborate outfits, as well as being a 130 times platinum, 13 times Grammy winning.
Holy fuck! Wait. Dude, I always said she was the GOAT, but wait, how many?
Suggesting the dress was only a fashion stunt minimizes its true meaning. Lady Gaga is known for her bold and elaborate outfits, as well as being a 130 times platinum, 13 times Grammy winning, 16...
Bro, 100 times platinum is kind of insane. What do you mean she's not? I mean, she literally is. Wait, I know what she is now and I don't give a fuck about. Her songs all were bussin', all of them.
Guinness World Record holding Oscar-winning all-around great artist. Gaga makes it very clear what message she is trying to get across with her art, yet the media will try to spin it a different way that fits their narrative. They said the meat dress was anti-fashion, that it was a defiant feminist gesture, or an anti-vegan statement.
For me this evening, it's as if we don't stand up for what we believe in, if we don't fight for our rights, pretty soon we're gonna have as much rights as the meat on our bones.
But the only reason why anyone cared about Lady Gaga wearing the meat dress is because of her VMA performance 1 year earlier that shocked the world. In late 2008, Gaga released her first album, The Fame, in which the first 4 tracks would go on to be 27 times platinum singles, and arguably the best 4-song run in a modern-day pop album. Her meteoric rise in fame led to a necessary performance at the following year's Video Music Awards. The performance began with her underneath a fallen chandelier singing a subdued version of the chorus to Poker Face. She then quickly transitioned into her latest hit, Paparazzi. Paparazzi is a song about the media vultures who stalk celebrities for photos. As we all know, these people can really pester celebrities even to the point of violence occasionally. She was dressed in a white leotard, and throughout the song her vocal performance became more shaky as she seemed to be physically degrading, at one point hobbling around the stage with a cane. Fake blood begins to pour out of her chest and run down her stomach, turning her white garment into a stained mess. She even smears some on her face. At the end of the song, she is essentially feigning death, before being raised up on a wire to peer into the crowd with dead eyes. It's obvious that she is making a statement on how detrimental paparazzi can be to a celebrity's well-being. The lyrics she was singing, the outfits she was wearing, and the performances she created were all a part of a greater story. Gaga said this.
So I think what was what? Yep. Let me try to look at this. Yeah, it goes to 1K bit rate. I think it's like intermittent. Chat. Anybody knows anything about throttling or internet or whatever? Why is it always stop it? Like every whatever.
Standard in the first year of her career that she demanded your attention and you were going to give it to her. However, sometimes the public would totally misunderstand her performances and not get the underlying message, which led to unfortunate truths being shared. While performing her song Swine at South by Southwest, she was criticized for having a performance artist, Millie Brown, stick her fingers down her throat and regurgitate a nasty green liquid all over the pop star. Critics said it was, quote, music vomit, shock for shock's sake, and disturbing. A high-profile celebrity critic, Demi Lovato, said, sad, as if we didn't have enough people glamorizing eating disorders already. Bottom line, it's not cool or artsy at all. Even a petition was started against Lady Gaga, demanding her to stop glamorizing bulimia, which was signed by almost 25,000 people. Have y'all bought gas recently? Man, it can be expensive. That's why I'm grateful for sponsors like DealDash for helping me out. DealDash is an online auction site where you can get insane deals on tons of different products. You can bid on anything from watches to new cars on their website.
He's not
Burrito
wrong.
sponsorship
I went on there and I bought myself a new life. Discount Pugman and then your girlfriend Pugman. I've also bought myself some happiness. It was on sale.
$5 million Dorito sponsorship. If you want to save some money and go get some deals. Lady Gaga received a $2.5 million Dorito sponsorship for this performance. They were launching the hashtag Bold Missions campaign, in which fans had to complete bold tasks to earn their entry to the show. Fans were disappointed with her song selection. She didn't play any hits, as well as her attitude towards the crowd. One of the Doritos executives said, I paid her $2.5 million. I better hear Alejandro. She didn't meet his request. Nobody would find out the real reason behind the confusing performance until 8 months later, and it was darker than we thought. Drink water.
The song is about demoralization. The song is about rage and fury and passion. And I had a lot of pain that I wanted to release. And I said to myself, I want to sing this song while I'm ripping hard on a drum kit, and then I want to get on a mechanical bull, which is, you know, probably one of the most like demoralizing things that you can put a female on, you know, in her underwear.
Right.
You know? And I want this
What? Well, I know this is her movement and her thing, and I don't want to shit on it, but what the fuck?
chick to throw up on me in front of the world so that I can tell them, you know what? You could never.
Network
ever
Systems
degrade me
Administrator
as much
here.
as
Go
I
to
can
Task
degrade
Manager, then the
myself, and look how
Details
beautiful
tab.
it is when I do.
And right-click OBSX or the OBS program. Set the priority to high or real time.
Yeah, thanks so much, Mitchell. You're crazy, man. Thanks for 20 minutes. I think it's not that.
She then goes on to tell
organized.
her story of being R-worded by a record producer when she was just 19 years old. She
Jesus.
wanted the performance to be disgusting, to make you feel uncomfortable, to make you feel rage, the way she felt dealing with this traumatic experience. She doubled down on her performance. She understood why people may have not liked it, but said it was, quote, art in its purest form.
I don't agree.
Gaga was draped in actual raw meat, from the dress to the shoes, and even a little steak beret and a purse as accessories for the 2010 Video Music Awards. She was the most nominated artist for a single year in 2010 with 13
Okay, who asked me?
nominations, which
Nobody asked me, but I just feel like overall.
Thanks for 39 months of
I just feel like
your
overall. Okay, if the point what you're doing is
chat.
sending a message,
I got
right?
a girlfriend.
You would
I made it.
You would expect at least a small portion of people to understand. I don't think a singular person except for her understood, right? Not one. So like it's like okay, like I don't know. Like I don't know.
she would go on to win 8, so all eyes were going to be on her no matter what. But Gaga actually didn't arrive at the VMAs draped in meat. She wore a more traditional Alexander McQueen gown while she was accompanied by 4 members of the US Armed Forces. At the time, nobody knew why she had these chaperones with her. This was arguably the statement that meant more to her, but she knew it wasn't enough to make headlines. The 4 service members she arrived with were negatively affected by the military's oppressive "don't ask, don't tell" policy. The policy
Alright boys, watch this. Here, watch this. Here it comes, okay? I'm making this is my art piece. Ready for this? Okay, so this is my canvas. So it's artsy because it's not flat. Now watch this.
Motherfuckers at badminton.
What is it?
Hi guys.
What is it? Take a guess. An NFT. It's Florida. Okay. It's lost. It's an ad. It's on the wall. It's a
Hi,
wall.
guys.
It's lost. It's a wrecking ball. It's a flat machine. It's climate change. It's air. Nobody's got it. How do you guys not get this? Well, how do you guys not get it? It's about the struggles of life, going through school and having the hardships of having to go to work and school at the same time while dealing with personal loss and heartbreak. What the fuck? You guys didn't get that? What the fuck? We were watching a video earlier about art.
policy prohibited any non-heterosexual person from disclosing their sexual orientation or from speaking about
Wait, what the fuck?
wasn't enough to make headlines. The 4 service members she arrived with were negatively affected by the military's oppressive "don't ask, don't tell" policy. The policy prohibited any non-heterosexual person from disclosing their sexual orientation or from speaking about any same-sex relationships while they were serving in the United States Armed Forces. Service members who disclose that they are homosexual or engage in homosexual conduct would be discharged. Gaga has been very open about her support for the LGBTQ community as a bisexual woman herself. Her 6 times platinum single, Born This Way, can be described as, quote, the Lady Gaga anthem.
Wait, how is that Bayzed? That's so fucking stupid. What the fuck does it matter to anybody? What's your sexual orientation? What the fuck
xQcl.
does it matter? Like at all? I don't get that. That's so fucking stupid. Okay. If anything, here's a really hot, disastrous take. Okay. Here's a disastrous take. Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm going to generalize. Okay. Most gay dudes I know and see are pretty muscular and lift weights. And you know what, dude? They're probably more fit than non-gays in the army, I would assume, in this capacity. I said it. Get mad at me, dude.
That previewed
Sorry, dude.
a decade of culture wars. The song itself salutes not just the LGBTQ community, but also people of various skin colors, nationalities, and abilities, plus subway kids and the insecure. Gaga makes statements with her art. She said during her 2014 Swine performance, "When you die, nobody is gonna give a what you tweeted." Her record Born This Way is a timeless political statement that people will...
Well, that's not even true, though. Wait, that goes against... Okay, that literally goes against what she thinks about art. Okay? Okay, listen. She claims that her stuff was art, right? When she's doing some drum kit thing, right? That's art. Her songs are art. Everything is art. Okay, let me fire back at you. Writing is art. Poetry is art. Therefore, writing tweets can be art, right? So therefore, what she says, it makes no sense at all.
Will continue.
It's inconsistent and hypocritical.
To spread, even when she is long gone. 3 days before the 2010 VMAs, Judge Virginia A. Phillips ruled that Don't Ask, Don't Tell was an unconstitutional violation of the First and Fifth Amendments. The morning of the VMAs, she granted an immediate worldwide injunction prohibiting the Department of Defense
I'm right.
from enforcing
Chad's just
policy.
too young to understand it.
Now, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to get too technical on this subject, but the worldwide injunction is a huge first step in doing away with this oppressive policy, but technically it's still a law, just an
If I write a new poem on Twitter, right? How is that less valid than a Shakespeare written poem? How is it? Tell me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me. Not every tweet is a poem. Okay, but every... Okay, fuck off.
enforceable one, if that makes sense. But it was during this Ellen at the VMAs interview where she was able to mobilize her audience and spread her message.
If we call Harry Reid on the phone and we tell him to schedule to vote in the Senate this month, we can get the bill to the president.
At that time, Harry Reid was the Senate Majority Leader, meaning he is in charge of scheduling business on the Senate floor. So he is really the most important person to get the ball rolling to abolishing Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Well, it turns out Gaga's mobilization of her audience worked, because 3 months later, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell Repeal Act of 2010 was voted on by the Senate, with the measure passing by a vote of 65 to 31. Almost exactly 1 year after Gaga wore the meat dress, President Barack Obama signed the repeal into law. So there is a huge argument to be made that a pop star covering herself in meat would aid in the repeal of a homophobic military policy. However, that still doesn't specifically answer the question as to why she wore the meat. Like, what does meat have to do with the sexual orientation of military members? Sure, you could say that she is making a statement that judging people based on their sexual orientation rather than how good they are at their job is treating them like a piece of meat. But she knew people weren't going to decode that. She knew people were looking for a deeper mystery. She knew that the media was looking for something darker, that juicy story, that clickbait headline they could share, and she continued to manipulate them to get exactly what she wanted.
Everybody wants to see the decay of the superstar.
Do you think people want to see your decay?
What? Of course they do. They want to see me fail. They want to see me fall on stage. They want to see me vomiting out of a nightclub. I mean, isn't that the age that we live in? That we want to see...
Yeah, I want to see it, so what?
People who have it all lose it all.
Gaga studied the greats that came before her, how they got famous. What did they do? Where did they go wrong? She understood the sociology of fame and used it to control her legacy.
Bro, she's right, and it's all true. But, see, there's always a bad. It's objectively bad. What's the next? The conversations can't stop there. But you guys need to understand that these convos, when you approach them, everybody knows there's a problem. Everybody knows there's something. But what about it? What is the next step? What's the solution? What is the thing you have to say about it? If you have nothing to say about it, then it's useless to talk about it. Some people go on Twitter and talk about 80 billion problems about... Okay, cool, man.
Felix just had a baby, love you, bro.
You have just fucking named 20 problems. Have you named a single solution? Is there anything that they want to say about it? Everybody knows it exists. What about the solution?
Gaga knew that the public, the tabloids, and the paparazzi were going to be preying on her downfall the moment she rose to fame.
Actual cringe. You only take the time to add wins to today's record. Wait, what? bro, I just got off the game. Relax.
However, she knew they were the
Jesus
gateway to
Christ.
her fans
Wait,
and
we had 2
potential
losses
new
today.
fans. It was like a toxic relationship because she knew how valuable people's attention was. She knew that if she gave over-the-top performances and wore intricate outfits, the media would be focused on her art. She art directs every moment of her life to avoid people looking for a story beneath the surface, because the surface is, well, complicated. Throughout her entire career, people always wondered, what is the real Lady Gaga like? Everything she does is a big show, insinuating that she has something to hide, but they don't have time to look for what she's hiding because they are trying to figure out why she is wearing this lace catsuit with the spiky crown, why she is riding a horse controlled by 2 humans, why she's wearing this racy nun outfit, or why she's wearing this spiked leather pyrotechnic possible skin grafting coming suit. She's able to maintain her privacy because people are trying to decode her performances rather than her personal life. And
Bro, I've seen a girl do that, right? Where she has a full metal suit, and she has like a machine that spins like a saw, and she sands her own outfit, and it makes sparks, and she's kind of crazy.
Constantly wondering, what will she do next? And when they are talking about her performances, they are spreading
An
them,
angle
allowing
grinder.
her art to reach millions of eyeballs. All the while, she's selling millions of records,
That's
making
crazy.
her one of the highest-selling female artists of all time. She wore the meat dress because she knew she could communicate her message directly to her fans and they would listen. Then the tabloids would try and decode the darker or true meaning behind it, which then in turn would spread her message even farther. Because she said directly to their faces what the true meaning behind it was.
You know what?
But she let them.
You know what? Once again, because I hate to be a contrarian, I think I disagree to a certain point, right? Because if you put the message, right, when people can somehow understand it when it happens, right? When people give a fuck, right? It gets to people at a deeper level because it connects with them. Them knowing about it doesn't mean it will connect with them, right? Does that make sense? So basically, if you do something that's crazy, right, and they get it, right, and they connect with they connect with what's going on, then your message gets across better. In my opinion, making something shock value and waiting for a couple weeks and then explaining what it is doesn't connect with people that much. I think it's an inefficient way to do it.
Dig and dig because she knew she had nothing to hide.
What artists do wrong is they lie. And I don't lie. I'm not a liar.
Lady Gaga is not a liar. She is not hiding who she really is. She is telling you exactly who she is. You are looking for a deeper meaning, and it's making her more successful.
Well, she fell off, so I don't agree with that either. But I like this video. That was a good video. I enjoyed it.
Yo, this is X on the beat, yo. Okay.
Why'd you my voice as well?
That ass. Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy. Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy.